This is QTV Nightly News. I'm Amudu Gajaga and thank you for joining us. First, here are the main news headlines. The Vice President of the Gambia, Mohamed B.S. Jallow, on Monday evening officially opened the National Youth Conference and Festival NAYCONF at a park event at the buffer zone in the Kanifing municipality. Following the previous night's official opening of the NAYCONF by the Vice President, the conference component was officially opened by the Minister of Youth and Sports. In kicking up with the national nature of the NAYCONF, a delegation of young people and regional authorities left the Central River region for Kanifing municipality to participate in the event. The Gambia Maritime Administration is hosting a 5-day workshop on blue economy to raise awareness of the opportunities the sector has to offer. And in international news, we analyze what the impact might be after 3 junta-led countries formally departed the ECOWAS regional bloc. Those were the news headlines, and now the news in detail. Welcome and thank you for joining us. This is QTV News. The Vice President of the Gambia, Mohamed B.S. Jallow, on Monday evening officially opened the National Youth Conference and Festival NAYCONF at a parked event at the buffer zone in the Kanifing municipality. Our regional, or Amadou Tamba rather, was there and he now tells us more.
The 14th edition of the biggest youth convergence officially kicked off yesterday evening. The gathering brought together the Vice President, ministers, governors, mayors, the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, and youths from across all 7 regions of the country. The Lord Mayor of Kanifing Municipality, Talib Ahmed Bensouda, handed over the NAYCONF flag to the Minister of Youth and Sports, Bakari Y. Baji, who further handed it to the Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow, symbolizing the start of this year's NAYCONF. In his welcome address, Mayor Bensouda expressed delight in hosting this year's event and expressed the confidence that this year's NAYCONF in KM will be a resounding success.
This year's theme underscores the critical role of young people who play in achieving our shared national goals. The youth are the heartbeat of our nation, representing energy, innovation, and the potential to drive transformative change.
The chairperson of the National Youth Council, Ida Jata, urged youths to participate effectively as it is vital in bringing out resolutions that will save the future of young people.
Young people are the backbone of national development and, of course, essential drivers of progress across all sectors. NAYCONF offers more than discussions.
This gathering brings together young people who are the nation's future to interact, learn, and share ideas. Mr. Carl Frederick Paul is the UN resident coordinator.
The youth are not only the leaders of tomorrow, they are the change maker of today. Their energy, their creativity, their strong determination are indispensable in addressing the challenges we face.
The Minister of Youth and Sports, Bakari Y. Baji, thanked the Q Group for supporting this year's event, stating that the Q Group is the biggest partner supporting NAYCONF outside of the government. Minister Baji said the government will continue to empower the youths.
The National Youth Conference and Festival is a convergence mandated by the National Youth Council Act, which calls for the young people of the country to meet every 2 years to discuss issues of concern to them, but also to exchange ideas.
In declaring this year's National Youth Conference and Festival open, the Vice President of the Gambia, Mohamed B.S. Jallow, says he was present at the inaugural conference held in Banjul's Makati Square. VP Jallow says this is an opportunity for the young people to be exposed to their culture.
The government of President Adam Barrow, through the Ministry of Youth and Sports and other ministries, is doing all it can to ensure that young people are empowered and armed with the necessary skills, knowledge, and expertise to face the world of work.
From now until the convergence closes, participants will be involved in conferences, cultural performances, poetry, debate, a pitching competition, cooking competition, Miss and Master NAYCONF, as well as sporting activities. For QTV News, Amadou Tamba.
Still on NAYCONF, over 2,000 young people from across the regions of the Gambia have gathered in the Kanifi municipality for the 14th National Youth Conference and Festival, NAYCONF. The highly anticipated event followed the previous night's official opening ceremony by the Vice President. The conference component was officially opened by the Minister of Youth and Sports. Lole M. Camara covered the opening ceremony, and this is our report.
The opening ceremony, held at the Newsred Senior Secondary School grounds, saw the attendance of key figures, including the CEO of the Q Group of Companies, Muhammad Jah, senior government officials, members of the Diplomatic Corps, and other distinguished guests. Ida Jata, chairperson of the National Youth Council, welcomed delegates to the 14th edition and spoke about the conference's importance.
You are all identified to take part of these critical discourses from a pool of thousands of bright minds. This therefore means that your region, they believe that you will be able to analyze issues critically and independently, and of course come up with tangible resolutions that will help save the affairs of the entire young people that you are representing during this 7 days convergence.
In her solidarity statement, Binta Jane Jame, the Deputy Mayor of Kanifi Municipality, expressed her support for the youth in shaping the nation's future. She emphasized the importance of youth involvement in the country's socio-economic and political development. Elizabeth Quinto Gomez, chairperson of the local organizing committee, while thanking their partners and sponsors of the event, encouraged delegates to take the lead in contributing to the national development agenda to build a brighter future for the Gambia. The event's major sponsor, Muhammad Jah, CEO of the Q Group of Companies, made a significant contribution to the success of the event. He presented a generous donation to the conference organizers, reaffirming his commitment to youth empowerment. In his remarks, called on the delegates to embody patriotism and to use their talents for the greater good of the nation, recounting how he started his entrepreneurial journey.
Most of you come from better or richer backgrounds or more educated backgrounds than I am. If I can build a company in all these countries, you can do it. In fact, I was in Sierra Leone because we are going to launch a new headquarters in Sierra Leone. We just built a new headquarters. And Honorable Minister called me, and said, look, we are organizing this and we have a budget shortfall. What can you do? I know you guys support youths, but we are in a critical stage. And I said, Honorable Minister, I know you very well. You are young, you are dynamic, and you are very honest. And you will not tell me anything and you don't believe in it. What is the shortfall? And he said, 1 million. I said, we're going to give it to you. It's not easy where at the end of the year we've busted all our marketing budget. Ami Sise can tell you. But we decided this because we believe that together we can build Gambia together.
The Minister of Youth and Sports, Bakari Y. Baji, unveiled the Najafi 1 Million Learners Global Initiative, an ambitious international effort aimed at addressing the global education crisis and ensuring quality learning opportunities for 1 million young people, particularly in low and middle income countries. He then gave these words of advice to the young people fortunate to attend this year's NAYCONF.
I would like to urge all of you to remain steadfast and to ensure that you take part effectively in the deliberations that would happen. And at the end, the last day, the conference resolution should not just capture the ideas of the leaders, but capture those visions that each one of you, coming from all the 7 regions, would have.
The 14th National Youth Conference and Festival serves as a critical platform for young people to engage in discussions on issues such as leadership, entrepreneurship, education, and social justice. The event continues to provide an opportunity for the youth of the Gambia to voice their aspirations and become active participants in shaping the country's future. For QTV News, Lole M. Camara.
On the final story of the NAYCONF, in keeping up with the national nature of the NAYCONF, a delegation of young people and regional authorities left the Central River region for Kanifi Municipality to participate in the NAYCONF. Our CRR regional correspondent, Jibril Dem, was there as they departed, and here is his report.
The National Youth Conference and Festival, NAYCONF, is a biannual youth program that brings together thousands of young people together to discuss issues affecting them. Usman Ba is the governor of Central River Region, and this is what he said.
Gathering is something that is really not easy. And for a whole week, you are all leaving your families, leaving your people, going to a centralized place, staying together there for a whole 1 week. It's not easy. So therefore, be each other's keeper. Some of you are very young. Some of you are girls. Some of you are very young. Some of you are vulnerable. So the people that you are going, most especially the older ones and the more experienced ones, protect the younger ones and the vulnerable ones. Because what we want is, we want to go in peace, but also we want to go and showcase our talents in different aspects and then achieve the desired goals that we want. But again, we also want to go and have our people there in a very stable and peaceful manner and orderly manner, and also come back with that commitment so that next time they can also participate.
The event also allows young people to showcase their talents in various sporting disciplines as well as academics. Talent shows and cultural displays are all done during this week-long activity. Abdullah Jawara is the chairman of the Regional Youth Committee for CRR.
We definitely thank God so very much, because the approach that we took was to start at regional level, because we feel in anything that you are doing has to start from yourself. And that is what the young people of CRR has done. They have visited all the stakeholders in the region, and during that visit, definitely it was very fruitful, because district chiefs, including other stakeholders, definitely supported. But we didn't only stop at that. We have to go all the way to the combos to make sure that the stakeholders that are in the combos who are from CRR, we equally visit them. And that team was led by the National Assembly members, that is the 11 National Assembly members. When that was done, we actually came out with a very, 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 very strong support. And this has shown that CRR has actually taken a new narrative.
The 14th edition of the National Youth Conference and Festival is scheduled to take place from the 15th to the 23rd of December 2024 in the Kanifing municipality. Reporting for QTV News, this is Jibril Dem.
From that report, now we'll go for a short commercial break, and when we return, we still have some local and international news stories.
fii mooy fan fii mooy Inessa di place bi nga xam ne moom la ñëpp taam place bii bépp xeetu ataaya bu baax rek bu dugg see ci dëkk bi xamal ne fii rek la am bara wërga bii neex na lool saf na ba pare tamit nag am gu bu neex boo ko naanee rek da ngay kontaan ci saas añ ba suur ba gëreesal li nga lekk jëndal bara ataaya bii ndax moom la ñëpp taam gis nga sama client bii ataaya bu neex bu ne moom laa koy njëkk a jox ndax moom kat ataaya bu neex rek lay wër bara wërga bii mooy wërga bi gën te moo gën a saf kon nag ràññee leen ko bu baax kon daw leen gaaw ca Banjul foofu ca Inessa di place bi nga xam ni foofu rek nga ko mën a amee wholesale wala retail mu ngi foofu ci boori court house bi foofu ca Banjul wala nga daw ci bépp marché bépp supermarket bépp boutique fépp foo dugg rek di nga mën a am baara warga bii nga xam ne moom la ñëpp di wër tey baara warga moo dàkk ci warga yi man maa ngi ci moom ndax su ma maree ataaya moom rek lay naan.
Introducing the Q-Smart and Q-Smart Plus, where innovation meets affordability. Capture life's precious moments with stunning clarity thanks to our high-resolution cameras. Enjoy uninterrupted performance with a fast processor and a long-lasting battery that keeps up with your day. The Q-Smart offers a 5.9-inch immersive display, powerful performance, and an all-day battery life, all for just $3,400. Plus get an incredible bundle of 15 gigabytes of data, 120 minutes of talk time, and 300 SMS absolutely free. Upgrade to the Q-Smart Plus featuring a faster processor and extended battery life and a larger 6.5-inch screen for just $4,000. With it, you receive a massive 30 gigabytes of data, 300 SMS, and 120 minutes of talk time completely free. All bundles are spread across a 3-month period. Don't miss out. Get your Q-Smart or Q-Smart Plus from QCell today. Discover the best in quality and value right here in the Gambia. Available at all QCell customer care centers across the country. For more information, call 111. QCell's the new boss. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back and thank you very much if you're just joining us. This is QTV News. On Monday, the Gambia Maritime Administration launched a 5-day workshop on the blue economy to raise awareness of the opportunities the sector has to offer, inspire stakeholder appreciation to support its policies, and carve a roadmap for its development in the Gambia. Ma'am Nabuka attended the workshop and this is her report.
With an annual economic value estimated at $2.5 trillion, the blue economy is equivalent to the world's 7th largest economy. It includes traditional sectors such as fisheries, aquaculture, tourism, maritime transport, and ports, as well as emerging sectors such as biotechnology, renewable energy, and deep-sea mining. It strives to balance economic growth, environmental preservation, and social equity through employment and poverty reduction. This workshop, launched by the Gambia Maritime Administration, aims to raise awareness about the blue economy concept and discuss challenges, opportunities, and strategies to effectively implement its policies in the Gambia in order to enhance the revenue generation capacity of the maritime sector. Karamo Bakari Jane is the Director General of Gambia Maritime Administration.
The blue economy represents a vast, untapped reservoir of opportunities for our nation. As a coastal country, the Gambia is endowed with a wealth of marine and aquatic resources. Our strategic location on the Atlantic Ocean and the River Gambia, which traverses the heart of our country, provides a unique platform to harness these resources for economic, social, and environmental gains.
Participants at the workshop included government officials, policymakers, representatives from the private sector, international stakeholders, maritime experts, and technicians, all coming together to discuss the potential benefits of harnessing the Gambia's rich marine biodiversity and extensive coastlines sustainably. The workshop will cover various topics including sustainable fishing practices, the ongoing modernization and expansion of the Port of Banjul, harnessing ocean-based renewable energy, ecotourism, and sharpening the maritime security. Experts in the field will share insights on how other countries have successfully integrated blue economy principles into their national policies, providing a framework that Gambia can adopt to its unique context. Mas Aksigay, the board chairman of the Gambia Maritime Association, placed emphasis on addressing challenges in order to better benefit from opportunities.
Coastal erosion, habitat denigration, pollution, and overfishing are critical issues that threaten our marine and freshwater ecosystems. Addressing these challenges requires concerted efforts and partnership across all sectors. It demands that we prioritize sustainability in policy formulation and project implementation while fostering innovation and building human capital to lead the way.
Wandifa Seidi Lee, GMA's Director of the Marine Environment, states the outcomes they hope to achieve with this initiative.
Many of the participants, they've never heard the name blue economy. So the outcome from this workshop primarily is to ensure we create the needed awareness for all the stakeholders. Okay, that we create a roadmap for the Gambia. We enlist the support of government institutions and also ensure that the way forward for the Gambia is created as far as the blue economy is concerned.
The GMA is optimistic that this 5-day workshop will catalyze change and encourage a shift towards more sustainable practices in the use of ocean resources. By investing in the blue economy, they hope to enhance Gambia's economic resilience while safeguarding its precious marine environment. Mam Nabuka, reporting for QTV News.
Inmates at Mile 2 prison, with the support of Jollof Charity Foundation, are taking part in the Banjul International Trade Fair currently underway at the Independence Stadium in Bakau. QTV's Ansumane Esonyasi visited their stall and he now reports.
These products on display here might appear as some foreign-made or professionally crafted items. However, they are made by a group of women currently serving time at the Gambia State Central Prison, commonly known as Mile 2 prisons. They are participating, perhaps for the first time ever, in an international trade fair held in the Gambia, allowing them to actively participate in economic activities to support themselves and their families while behind bars. This historic initiative also forms part of efforts spearheaded by Asadou Jallo's Jollof Charity Foundation and the prison authorities to facilitate the rehabilitation and reintegration back into society of inmates at the end of their prison terms.
It's really helping. They're really opening up, and I really, really wish people would see how enthused these people are, these ladies are, to learn, to do something. It would really help them. That last time they told me that they just casually told me that their TV wasn't working and it would help them with the stress. That was even before the training started or this trade fair thing, because they were very fast. I gave them the material. I think it took them like less than 3 weeks. And then they were done. And they're like, we want more. I'm like, no, we have to sell. Let me sell these things first. Then if people want more, they will call us, then we'll place the order, then you'll do it.
While her foundation and the prison authorities, with the support of the Ministry of Trade, has been providing them with support, she calls on the public to support family members and friends in prison, arguing that everyone deserves a second chance in life.
Not everyone there is a criminal. Some of them, even though they are criminals, but then they are very, very remorseful. Whatever they did in the past, it's their past. It's a mistake. Everybody makes mistake. So for us to just judge and say, okay, this prison, we just forget about them, no. Because I've seen 1 or 2 that, they are really very, very remorseful. Like, I think almost all of them, right? They are very remorseful.
Amikoli, an official of the Gambia Prison Service, who along with Asadou is helping the prisoners sell their products at the trade fair, calls on the public to support them by patronizing their stall at the trade fair.
Let everyone comes out and give support to Jollof Care Center, or anyone who can come out to give support to the prisons for them to give more motivation on the prisoners. This will help more on prisoners, so that they will also say, now we have people that are coming out to help us, so that they will also have a relief mind, even whereas they are in behind bars.
This historic participation in the trade fair is perhaps one of the strongest indications of efforts by the current administration to institute prison reform. And while this represents a major accomplishment for the inmates, Asadou stresses the importance of engaging them in economic activities through skills acquisition. Answane Sonyasi for QTGV News.
From that story, now to international news. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has officially been reduced to 12 member states following the withdrawal of Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger. The 3 countries, which recently formed the Alliance of Sahel States, ACE, announced their departure in a joint statement in July, citing the need to focus on their shared security and economic priorities. Aissatou Barry analyzes the latest developments.
The withdrawal follows months of mounting tensions between the Sahel states and ECOWAS leadership over governance, military coups, and external influence in regional decision-making. Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, all led by military regimes, had earlier expressed dissatisfaction with ECOWAS prohibitions and procedures, which they viewed as retributive and misaligned with their domestic needs. The withdrawal of the Alliance of Sahel States highlights a deep division within ECOWAS. Once a 15th member state, renowned for its efforts at fostering regional integration, the Sahel nations argued that ECOWAS, heavily influenced by Nigeria and its Western allies, failed to address their unique challenges, including the fight against terrorism and the need for non-traditional partnerships with countries like Russia and China. In their joint declaration, the alliance stated, "The withdrawal from ECOWAS allows our nations to focus on sovereignty, regional security, and the establishment of framework that aligns with the aspirations of our people." In response to this, ECOWAS member states convened an emergency summit in Abuja, Nigeria. Member states reaffirmed their commitment to ECOWAS founding principles and pledged to address internal weaknesses exposed by the withdrawal. The Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is also the current chairman of ECOWAS, described the exit as regrettable but emphasized that the union remains strong, saying, "While we respect the decision of our Sahelian brothers, ECOWAS will continue to uphold democracy, economic integration, and collective security in the region." Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger's withdrawal will significantly reshape West Africa's geopolitical landscape. The three nations form a large portion of the Sahel, a region critical to counter-terrorism efforts, trans-Saharan trade, and natural resources development. West Africa's other junta-led nation, Guinea, chose not to join the breakaway alliance. On December 14th, the alliance members reiterated that the departure from ECOWAS, effective January 29, 2025, was irreversible. They, however, also resolved that their three countries would remain visa-free for all citizens of ECOWAS countries despite their exit. In response, on December 15th, the remaining ECOWAS members decided to vary Article 91 of the revised treaty and granted the departing trio an extension of 6 months from January 29 to July 29. This is basically to create room for further diplomatic negotiations in the hope that the three countries will return to ECOWAS. The President of Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, the Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, and Senegal attended in person. Alongside the Vice President of Sierra Leone, the Finance Minister of the Benin Republic, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Togo, and the Ambassador of Cape Verde to Nigeria. The remaining ECOWAS nations, Benin, Cape Verde, Côte d'Ivoire, the Gambia, Ghana, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Nigeria, Senegal, Sierra Leone, and Togo, are focusing on preserving unity and advancing important projects. ECOWAS member states are expected to prioritize implementing the African Continental Free Trade Agreement and strengthening financial independence through initiatives like the proposed ECOWAS single currency, the ECO. Aisha Tubari reporting for QTV News.
Well, that's it for QTV News tonight, but don't forget to join us at 10 p.m. for another bulletin.